It's Radha. Welcome back to my channel. Today I filmed this neutral eye using all Drugstore products. It was a really fun look to do, and it's wearable, everyday kind of wearable looks. If you want to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. First, we're going to get rid of these horrible under eye bags I got going on. To do that, I'm going to take this NYX Dark Circle Concealer in the deepest shade that they have, and just using my fingers, I'm going to pat this underneath my eye where all that darkness is. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. Then taking my Miracle Complexion Sponge by Real Techniques, I'm just going to pat this in underneath my eyes to make sure it doesn't budge. For foundation, we're going to use L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. And I'm just going to use my fingers and dot this all over my face. This is a pretty good foundation. I just find it a little bit drying during the winter months, but for summer it's really awesome because it just stays put all day. And I'm going to make sure I bring this down my neck as well. And then taking that Real Techniques blending sponge, I'm just going to use this to buff this into my skin. And yeah, this sponge is pretty good, but I still don't find it as good as a beauty blender, but it does the trick. So I'm just going to take a little bit more of that foundation and dot it in the areas where I want some extra coverage, so like my cheeks and my chin, just because I have some acne scars there that I want to cover. And then to spot conceal, I'm going to take this NYX Full Coverage Concealer, and using my fingers, I'm just going to pat this around my nose where I generally get red, in the middle of my forehead, and around my chin and cheeks where I just have acne scars, as you can see. I'm just going to pat that in really well using my fingers and light strokes. And then that acne scar right there on my cheek. And around my mouth to conceal any darkness over there. And then taking that sponge, I'm just going to blend all of that concealer in place. And then using that same concealer and a concealer brush, I'm just going to use that concealer to carve out my eyebrows. And I absolutely love doing this because it gives your eyebrows such a nice and defined look. So I'm going to do the same thing with the other eyebrow. And then I'm also going to take that concealer and put it right underneath the brow as well to make the eyebrow a little bit more defined. Next, I'm going to take my Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in the medium shade, and I'm going to put this underneath my eyes in an upside down triangle shape. And I'm also going to take it a little bit down the bridge of my nose. And then taking that blending sponge once again, I'm just going to pat all of that concealer in place. I'm going to spend a little extra time making sure all that concealer is blended underneath the eyes because I want that really blended before we set it. And to set all of that makeup, I'm going to take this Bella Pierre Banana Setting Powder with a fluffy brush and put that all underneath my eyes. And this powder is really good. I got it from an Ipsy bag, and it really helps set all the concealer and helps brighten as well. Next, we're going to take this Wet n Wild contouring palette, and we're going to use that dark brown shade as our bronzer. So just taking that on a angled brush, I'm just going to put that in the areas where I generally like to bronze, so like my forehead, and then also my cheeks, just to warm up the skin a little bit. So I'm just putting that on the contours of my cheeks. And it instantly gives you like a nice warm feel to your face. And also underneath the jaw. Okay, for blush, we're going to use this Cabana Boy blush from the Balm Cosmetics, and taking that onto a blush brush, I'm just going to put this on the apples of my cheeks. And I'm not going very heavy with this blush because I want this to be a nice daytime wearable look. For the eyes, we're going to prime our eyes with Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I'm sorry, I really could not find a good drugstore dupe to this, so we're just going to work with what we have. I'm going to take that all the way up to the lid, to the brow bone, and also down underneath the eyes, and I'm just going to take my finger to blend that out. Next, using this amazing NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette in warm neutrals, we're going to take that light brown color on a flat shader brush, and we're going to put that color all over the lid. And what this is going to do is it's going to be our nice base color before we put any other shadows on. It really helps make that whole eyelid area a nice blank canvas to start with. So I'm just putting that all over the lid. And then taking another flat shader brush in this nice vanilla color, shimmery vanilla color, we're going to use that as our brow bone highlight. And what this is going to do is going to give us a nice subtle yet nice shimmery highlight. Then taking this warm brown color, we're going to take that color and then we're going to work that into the crease. And these colors are really just so pigmented, guys. A little bit goes a long way. And I'm just going back and forth in windshield wiper motions and building up that color until I'm happy with the intensity. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. I'm just working that color back and forth, blending as I go. And then I'm taking a fluffy brush and I'm going to blend out all of those edges to make it a nice soft look. Then taking this golden color on a flat shader brush, we're going to pack this color all over the lid. So I'm just packing that color on until I'm happy with the intensity. And I want this to be a nice golden look, so I'm really making sure I'm working that color onto the lid. And this color is just so beautiful. It kind of reminds me of Woodwind from MAC. And then taking this warm reddish brown color on a pencil brush, I'm going to work that color into the outer V. And I'm taking a little bit at a time and just building up that color. And I like using a pencil brush for this because it really helps define that outer V color. It really helps define the outer V. So I'm taking a little bit at a time and blending as I go and just packing that color in there until I'm happy with the intensity. Then I'm going to do the same thing with the other eye. Once I have that color packed on, I'm going to take a fluffy brush, as you can see here, and then just blend that color out. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. So it diffuses the color and all the colors look like they're blending into one another, which is what we're going for. And then I'm taking a clean fluffy brush and just blending out all the edges to make sure everything is blended together. And taking that same outer V color on that pencil brush once again, we're going to run that along the lower lash line to complete the eye look. So I'm just running the color underneath the lower lash line, as you can see here. And then the same thing to the other eye. And then taking that lid color, that warm golden color, we're going to put that in the inner tear duct area to brighten up that area. Then taking that CoverGirl lash cloth, I'm just going to work this mascara into my eyelids. And guys, for some reason my eyeliner portion where I filmed that just didn't show up, but I'm wearing Maybelline gel liner on my top lash line, and also I put that on my waterline as well. Then to finish off our lips, we're going to take this NYX lip liner in nude pink and gently line our lips. Then taking this beautiful Milani lipstick in Naturally Chic, we're just going to put this all over our lips. And this is such a beautiful color, and the consistency of these lipsticks are just so creamy and buttery. They just feel really nice on your lips as well. And then taking the Mary Luminizer highlighter, we're going to take that highlighter with the tapered highlighting brush and put it on the tops of our cheeks, also on the tip of our nose and the Cupid's bow. And I just really like putting my highlighter on at the end because it just, I don't know, for me it just makes me feel like my look is all complete finally. That's like the final step I like to do. And guys, that is a completed look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I had a lot of fun filming it. If you guys want to see more looks like this, then please comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!